I'm going to show you how to use the Marquee tool inside Photoshop to make a selection. The Marquee tool is great if the selection you want to make is a geometrical shape like a circle or an oval, square, or rectangle. In this particular image, I'm going to choose my niece, kind of framed inside this door behind her. And because of the shape that I want to pull out of here, I'm going to use the rectangle Marquee tool. That tool is the second tool down in the toolbar on the far left side of Photoshop. With that tool, you simply click and drag to make your selection. And by default, it creates the selection from top left to bottom right. If you wanted to do it from the center out, you can hold down the Option key on Mac or Alt on PC and click and drag to do the selection from the center out. However, I'm just going to do it from the default settings, so I'm not going to hold down the Alt or Option key. Just simply click and drag to make the selection. Now, if I did not do it perfectly, if I want to make an adjustment to that selection, instead of starting over, I can go to the Select option of the main menu and choose Transform Selection. That will give me these handles on the side and corner of my selection. When I mouse over those handles, I can simply click and drag that side to where I want it to be, like so. Okay, so after you refine your selection, if you need to, make those adjustments and enter to take the transform selection if you've done that option. And now we're just back to the moving dotted lines. After you make the selection, you can now do a Command-C or Control-C to copy it, or if you want to delete it, just press delete. To finish this off, I'm going to do a Command-C to copy it, a Command-N or Control-N for File New. This size will default to whatever my clipboard, so to what I had just copied to my clipboard. Doing OK, and then a Command or Control V to paste. Actually, I need to show you something. I'm going to go back to Marquee. Notice over here, I made a color adjustment on this image, so I had my adjustment layer selected. I'm going to keep that selected, hold down Shift to take that first layer. The background layer I've turned off, just a duplicate of the original. And instead of just doing a Command Control C, I'm going to do an Edit, Copy Merged, then do a File New, which is a Command or Control N, and then a Command or Control V to paste. And there's the selection I just made. Be aware that in your selection tool for the Marquee tool, you do the feather option. It's by default is set to 0. If you want to do a feather, which gives you the nice soft edges, set the setting for the feather before you start the selection. It will not change. If I've done the selection already, I can go back and change the feather selection option. It will not change that with the current selection. I need to set that prior to making the selection. So that's the basic behavior of a Marquee tool.